today with Ant, Ben, and Aldo. We will be talking about the game yesterday, the good, wonderful football game we performed, and we will talk a little bit about what's coming up next for us when it comes to features and FA Cup and that sort of thing, and what is going to happen in the bottom of the league when it comes to relegation. Now, Ant, are you okay?
Yeah, I'm fine. I'm good. I'm happy for once, especially after that game. Yeah,
Yeah,
that was a relief. It was definitely a relief to see us win one, but it was one that I had a feeling we'd win anyway because of obviously the team we're playing. No offense, and they're a great team, but it's a team you'd expect us to win anyway. But
but
it was good to
yeah,
see win
they
in
have been
general.
unbeaten so far this season, so it wasn't an easy win.
Yeah, but we were unbeaten at Anfield against City, and then they went and beat us. So anything can happen.
Yeah, anything can happen Thursday. Ben, welcome to you as well. You came in a little bit late, but how are you feeling today? Are you happy about the game yesterday?
Yeah, I'm happy with the result, but there's still things that I could talk about performance-wise. I don't think I'm ever going to be fully satisfied with this team this season.
Well, we've had a couple of good games against Real Madrid, for instance.
Yeah, just come play them every week.
Although, are you all right today? And what do you think about the game yesterday?
Yeah, I'm fine, mate. What do I think about the game? You're not going to like what I'm going to say, but do I really care? No.
No.
It was 3 points and nothing more, and everybody's getting carried away with it. But the first half was a fucking bore fest. Absolutely shocking. Sunderland, yeah, didn't do much. The only thing for me is we scored from a set piece. We kept a clean sheet. And there were 3 outstanding performances for me. Ibo Kanate, who played like a centre-back should play when he gets his head right. After what he's been through with losing his dad, I think he's reevaluated things because you look at things different when you lose a member of your family. And he showed what a good centre-back he is. Van Dijk, solid performance again, good goal. But the man of the match for me was Florian Wirtz. I've said it all season. You don't know what you're getting. And this lad's world class. And he for me, he's going to be to Liverpool what Kevin De Bruyne was to Man City. Maybe not this season, but I'm telling you, you can laugh, you can throw whatever you want at me. I don't care, but this guy's class. And he's 22. And him and Etitike are the future of Liverpool Football Club for me. But it was 3 points, and that's all I took away from it. I didn't enjoy it at all.
Well, I have to disagree with you, although, I mean, it wasn't an outstanding game, but for me at least, guys, when I saw that game and I kind of felt we had control most of the game. And that's what something's been lacking when it comes to the league games at least. I think I felt we had fairly good control. The only thing that kind of I felt put us off a little bit was the wind. But that kind of went both ways, when you had the long bolts and suddenly it went 10 yards longer or just stopped. So I think we actually did a decent performance yesterday. It was solid. It wasn't exciting, but it was solid. And I felt we had a lot more control. My issue is that, I mean, I agree with you, although on the words, he's the carrier of this team for the next 8-10 years, without a doubt. But my issue is we cannot use Hugo Ekitike as a target man, because he can't head a ball if his life depended on it. I mean, his heading is shocking and atrocious, and I mean, he's very good in certain areas of the play, but he doesn't have the technical quality to finish like, for instance, Isaac, in my opinion. His heading is that's Nunes class.
The only other thing I forgot to mention was, and for me, and he's a legend, absolutely. He's been brilliant, but for me now in the Premier League, he's finished, and that's Mo Salah. He's done.
I agree, he's done. And what are your thoughts about what we just said about the players, the performance? What are your thoughts?
I definitely think that wasn't one of XTJ's best games. He was definitely quiet in that game. Personally, that's what I thought about him. Florian Wirtz blinded as usual, fucking stunner of a player. I mean, I know he came off injured and stuff, but Wataru did put in a good shift at right back. He did put in a very
Yeah.
decent shift at right back. And then obviously the usual two centre backs. I mean, like was said before about Canate, where he's finally got his head in the game, considering the circumstances, and to put his head in the game straight after, to come back on his own decision because he wants to help us, and then to put in two blinder performances like he has. You got to commend him where it's due, especially with the situation of contracts going on as well. And you got to applaud him when you can. Obviously, Robertson. I don't know if you watched the TNT commentary, but Ali McCoy's he's so biased with the Scottish players. Like, I get he's a good left back, but you can also see why Kirkes is being played, because he's a mentality monster. He'll challenge. He won't step back and just jockey. He'll actually go in for the challenge and try and get the ball back and counter attack. And he's got speed on him that obviously Andy Robertson doesn't have anymore. So and then I did want to comment. I don't know if you were going to get this reference, but when you said about the wind, I was going to say Ali McCoy thought the Joe Gomez handled the wind well with that little header towards Alisson. He commented on it like it was a supernatural thing. It was like, oh, he headed it a little bit towards his goalkeeper. I don't get it.
And I kind of want to ask the question later when it comes to Konate. But Ben, what are your thoughts on the performance and the players and the game yesterday?
We mustn't forget it's been raining.
so that's the reason why we won.
No, I just wanted to reference Thai AFTV.
Oh yeah.
But we mustn't forget it's been raining and windy. But yeah, Konate, I mean, Craig said first man of the match. I disagree. I think it was Konate. They win 3-4-1 if Konate wasn't available last night.
I think it's very close between those two, yeah.
Yeah, them two are the standouts. On Ekitike, definitely not his best game. I think he either didn't, each couldn't make his decisions on time. That was his big problem last night. And we need to address this issue of having 6 guys who are over 6 foot and can't head a ball to save their life.
It's shocking.
I mean, yeah, it's statistically. I mean, we've had so many chances or set pieces. Statistically, we should at least have a lot more on target. But
we've had like 450 corners and only 3 of them have resulted in goals, and we've got like half of our teams over 6 foot.
Yeah.
And one of those set pieces was McAllister, and he's the short one.
Yeah.
But you didn't rate this performance as well as
No.
you said. It's 3 points and nothing more. But
No.
like Ant kind of mentioned here, and Ben as well, is that Konate has kind of stepped up these last 2 games.
Mm-hmm.
Now, I got a question, and I'll start with you, Aldo.
Okay.
Can the death of his family member, can that have maybe changed his priorities a little bit? Maybe gotten him a little bit more focused on, I don't know, maybe life, enjoying.
Yeah, absolutely.
Not just the self-centered bubble that many of these players are walking in.
Absolutely, 100%. I mean, I've lost a lot of my family. And the thing is, when you lose somebody who's your blood relative,
yeah,
you basically you look at life completely different because they're no longer there. You can't turn to them for advice. He can't ask his dad, "What do you think of this?" anymore. What should I do? So basically, he's got to grow up fast now, and I think that's what's happening.
He's the man of the house now, and he's like the man of the house.
I think that's what's out. I think that the thing is, from a personal point of view, he could have turned into an absolute dickhead and gone the other way, or he can grow up, become the man of the house, like Ben just said, take responsibility. And he's probably thought, right, if I've got to be responsible at home for my family now and my mum, I've got to do the same at my job. And maybe that's what he's doing now.
Yeah, and I kind of think, I mean, Ant and Ben are quite young, so I don't know what their experience is with, relatives, and dying and everything like that. But I think, I mean, it's not like Konate just woke up the day after and thought differently, but it gives you a perspective. It kind of, okay, a contract and Real Madrid are important, or being in the World Cup is important, but not that important. It maybe kind of takes some of the pressure off, because you're loosening up a little bit. You're not so tied up, and maybe your head is clearing a little bit.
Yeah,
What
but
do you
also
think?
also as well, he's got a teammate who lost his dad in Alisson Becker.
Yeah.
So he's seen Becker go through it. He's also lost a colleague and a teammate in Diogo Jota. So maybe they say everything. It's like London buzzes. You wait for one and three come together. So now this is his third one now. So maybe reality's kicked in and he's looking at everything different now.
What do you think, Ant?
I mean, he didn't know. Did he go when his dad passed away, or was he there obviously before? Because his dad fell ill and he went away, didn't he?
Yeah, he went to France when we played.
So obviously he'll have spoken to his dad, and that whilst he's been ill, and obviously had man-to-man conversations, and maybe his dad's been like, "Listen, this is going to happen. This is what you need to do now," and stuff like that. He's a religious person, so he's obviously they tend to see things differently after death anyway.
Yeah,
they see it as a blessing and stuff like that. So there's all that to come with it as well. Obviously, he's got teammates behind him like that. I see it that way as well, like Salah, Alisson, Van Dijk, all those people who see, excuse me, who see all these things and who are there to help him, who are close by to help him go through all these things. And obviously, I'm not going to sit here and say, oh, that made him pull his finger off his ass, because it'd be an unfair thing to say after a circumstance like that, to say, oh yeah, you're only doing this because your dad passed away. It'll have had a big effect on him. Like he'll be like, right, I want to make my dad proud. I want him to carry on looking down on me and be proud of what I'm doing. I want to do this for him. I want to finish the season strong for him.
I don't think he's doing it for his dad, but I think the loss of his dad changed his priorities and made him, focus differently or something. And
I mean, I don't have much experience with close relatives passing. Obviously, my granddad's sister passed away and my dad's uncle passed away. That's the only two passings I've experienced, and obviously they weren't as close as their father would be to you. So I can't say I know how it feels. I can only go off of my own knowledge of the characteristics and the aspects that I do know.
What are your thoughts on this, Ben? I mean, he also said when he came back from, he was given a longer leave of absence from the club, but he said, no, I want to go back and help the team. And that kind of, shows a lot of, maturity, in my opinion. So what are your thoughts, Ben?
I mean, there's a famous saying that there's only one man in the world that wants you to do better than he ever did, and that's your father, isn't it, really?
Yeah.
And I reckon him coming back early wasn't just because he wanted to. I reckon there would have been a conversation like, okay, this is going to happen. We can't avoid it. So when it does happen, have your little couple of days to process it, and then go back. Because if you're playing, your mind will be distracted a little bit at least then. So it's both for the fact that we needed him back and he knew that, but he also probably would have wanted to come back to take his mind off the tragedy that happened.
Yeah.
I agree.
Now, another thing, another tragedy, but I just want to bring it up as well. We had Endo playing as right back. Now, I think that position is cursed in our team because if you play there more than 5 minutes, you're kind of injured. And I mean, Endo's contract is out this season, I believe. And if this, I mean, I think he did a good job. I mean, he hasn't played much. He's one of the players that Slot doesn't really trust, but he was the only option outside of Jones, and well, Ramsey is an option, so he had to use someone. I think he did a really good job. I think he showed the heart that we loved when he played last year and on the club. And I am gutted if this is his last performance for Liverpool. I mean, it's a shame if his World Cup is ended now because of this, and the fact that he may not play for us again. Although, what do you think about that?
Well, it certainly didn't look nice the way he went down. And the thing is, I don't think the pitch helped either because his leg got caught, and I've watched Arne Slot's post-match press conference, and Arne Slot said he's going to be out for a long time. He doesn't know how long he's going to be out, but I think his season's over now. I don't think you'll see him playing for Liverpool again. I hope it's not. I hope he's not out of the World Cup squad for Japan. But watching it last night, I've got a terrible feeling that he is. And the main thing is that he recovers and he gets back to full fitness. That's the main thing for me. But in terms of saying the fullback position's cursed, I just think we're going through a spell where whoever plays at right back, we're not getting any look at the minute. I mean, on Saturday, we've got the FA Cup, and I'm hoping, fingers crossed, he doesn't play Szoboszlai there. I'd play Curtis Jones there right back for me, but
I don't think he'll play Szoboszlai, to be honest, in the starting lineup.
I feel sorry for Endo. I mean, I don't think we should have signed him in the first place because I don't think he was ever good enough. But it was his only second start for Liverpool since Arne Slot came in. And there's something not right at Liverpool with Arne Slot because, and I'm going to repeat to the lads here what I told you when I streamed yesterday with you yesterday afternoon. I've had it from a reliable source who works at the Titanic Hotel in Liverpool, Anton Ben. The Liverpool squad are going around the Titanic at Liverpool and they're mourning and they're complaining. They're not happy with the training regime at Liverpool now, and they're not happy with Arne Slot. They want him out. Now, obviously, when they cross that white line, they've got a job to do. They're representing the club. But there's clearly things not right at Liverpool because Curtis Jones, if you notice, when he had that spat with Arne Slot when he was on the pitch and Arne Slot's giving him directions, Curtis Jones has not started 5 games since then. He's only come on a sub.
The club on a sub.
So there's something clearly not right. Same with Mo Salah, but Mo Salah should be benched now for me because we're playing with 10 men every game.
I've seen things on social media that the club prefer to sell Jones regardless because he wants money they aren't willing to give and they see him as pure profit.
Yeah.
I mean, with the whole Salah situation, I doubt he's going to be benched again for the rest of the season unless the circumstances change with like injuries or whatever, because of the commotion that went on last time. It brought too much noise to the club, so they won't want that to happen again. So they're going to play him no matter what happens.
Yeah.
And he's won his way. Salah has won his way, and fair play to him. Because I think any other player, and it wouldn't have happened the same way. It'd have been forgotten about within a few weeks.
Yeah.
But here's my issue. I mean, we did phase 1 of the rebuild in the summer. We all needed that, and we knew that, and we know there's going to be a phase 2. Now let's see. Endo is leaving. Robertson is leaving. Salah may be sold. The same with Jones.
McAllister.
We're up in 5-6 players again. Chiesa. And this is a big turnover. I mean, look at the changes we did last year. In the summer. And we're going to do that again. I mean, it doesn't indicate for me that we're going to dominate next season as well, because if you have all these, although you and I are old enough to remember Souness.
Yeah,
and he's agreed and acknowledged that one of the biggest mistakes he did was too many changes too fast.
Yeah.
Now we got 7 players out and 6 in last year, and we're about to have 6 or 7 again. I mean, we need the changes, and we may have been lucky with Klopp having okay players, making them good. Now, let's say Endo isn't good enough. Like one of you guys said, we shouldn't have signed him in the first place. And Jones ain't taken in the next step. But we have a manager who can't utilize these players. We had one that did. And I still think the man management side of Slot is outrageous. I think that is questionable at best.
It's one of the main characteristics. Oh, okay. One of the main characteristics of being a manager at a club that has a high academy rate as well, high rate of bringing in academy players and developing them. Considering the players that we've developed, like Harvey Elliott, fucking Curtis Jones, Trent, all them players. And then to bring in a manager who can't even do that himself, it's just what is the point?
But wasn't that one of the qualities they said he had? That he had to use young players.
It was, and we're still yet to see. Obviously, he's the beginning of this season he used Rio once, and then we've hardly seen him. And it was like, is that what you think using young players well means? Because that is definitely not it, especially not at this club. I mean, did you not see what our last manager done for the FA Cup for his last trophy?
Yeah.
And on the Rio thing there, Anthony, it's just been decided by tribunal that Liverpool have got to pay Chelsea $6.5 million for him.
Honestly, I love the kid as a player. I don't want to say that and get it taken out of context. But I think it was a waste of us signing him under the management of Slot.
Well, I don't know. The point is, remember when the club came in? I mean, we didn't have much. It took a couple of seasons before we started to get the team that we know and love.
2 seasons.
Yeah, and I remember when he came in, and he's been in the job for 3 days or something, in the first game. And you can see, that's what we're trying to do. And he didn't have the quality, he didn't have the players, he didn't have anything, but you saw what he was trying to do. And got the players to believe in what he was trying to say. Now, I know he's one of a kind and everything like that. And I don't expect the next one to be Klopp either, but the best. If you look at the corporate world, the best leaders in the corporate world are the leaders that see the people. Have a connection with their workers, their employees. They see them as human beings, not just players or employees. So I don't see why that is so difficult when it comes to a performance-based job where you have to get the guys to perform.
See, I don't think Arne Slot, he's seeing the problem, but he's not seeing the solution.
No. He's always there in the interviews to point out the problems and then point out what we need to do. But show us that you can do that.
Yeah,
Show us that you know how to do that instead of saying that's what we need to do and then doing your own fucking things.
And if you was obviously you all watched the game last night, but if you remember what Joe Cole said before the game started, second half, Ernie Slott's still trying to figure out what his best midfield is, and I sat here and I said to myself, "Hang on a minute, Joe, we've got fucking 12 games to go, and he's still trying to work out his best midfield. Are you having a laugh?" Seriously,
and that is one thing, but it's not like it doesn't have many options on the midfield as well. So he has to play 3 out of 4. So if he has 4 players available for the midfield and still don't know which one is the best out of those 4, well, you're fucked. I'm sorry, but you're not good enough.
Yeah, and I know Ben doesn't like Ali McCoist, but I'll tell you, but it's just a personal thing. I don't have anything against Ali McCoist. He was a great striker, by the way.
I can't stand him.
Good footballer.
Well, I didn't like him.
But I'll tell you what, I don't have nothing against McCoist, but I'll tell you something. I'd sooner listen to Ali McCoist commentating than fucking Steven Gerrard on TNT.
I wondered when this was coming.
Because hang on. Steven Gerrard, he's the Gary Neville of TNT. He talks a load of shite. Absolute bollocks what he comes out with.
You're one sentence away from being muted, mate.
That's fine. That's fine. You're all Gerrard fans. I'm not. He was a great player, but he's a shit coach.
When I see or hear McCoist in any sentence, I know where that TikTok guy Alex the McAllister came from. I mean, he must have ripped him off. I mean, that is outstanding.
I just can't stand him because fucking.
And the nice thing
is,
but
we have English commentators that are biased as well. I don't remember the names, but we have had commentators who's commentated on the
Rio Ferdinand's one of them.
Yeah, but he's next player. But another guys, where you see United and Liverpool, and when United score, he's all over the place. And when Liverpool score, he's like, well, that's a goal. And I don't remember his name. I think he's kind of retired now, just recently. I don't remember his name. But let's talk about the season as well when it comes to
Martin Tyler.
What's that?
Martin Tyler.
Yeah, I think that's his name. Yeah,
Mr. Man United.
Yeah, exactly. So you don't have to be Scottish to be impartial. So,
no, but if you notice every game that he commentates that we're playing, he'll always go he'll glaze in the nicest way. He'll suck off the other team, and he'll be like, "Oh, Liverpool have done this. Well done." Whereas the other team are like, "Oh, that was absolutely outstanding."
In Norway, we have kind of the same issue. We have a sports commentator, and they have their teams,
Yeah.
And one of them is a Liverpool supporter. Now, here we have the issue the other way around. If he commentates a Liverpool game, everybody knows he's a Liverpool supporter. But he, instead of being neutral, he's overcompensating to not say anything good about Liverpool. So it just trashes them. So he doesn't get an email and said, "Oh, you like Liverpool and you like them scoring." So they overcompensate, and Liverpool can't do anything good. So we have the issue the other way around, and but we have a few fixtures coming up. I mean, we have the FA Cup in the weekend.
Yep.
And although and I kind of agree that we really don't care about the FA Cup now, to be honest.
No.
I want to win it, yeah, but I really don't care. And I think I've said that to you guys a few weeks or months ago when we were in the shithole, and I said something like, I want us to get top 4 and fuck everything else kind of statement. But after that, we have Forest, who now have sacked the 3rd manager of the season so far. So they'll be in good shape. And then we have West Ham at home and Wolves away, and then Tottenham at home. I mean, Ben, what do you think? I mean, those games has to be 3 points each if we're going to have any chance of top 4. Or what do you think?
Yeah, if you look at that fixture list in comparison to someone like Chelsea's, then you'd think now's the time to truly make our mark on this top 4 race. But knowing Liverpool, we'll lose to Forest because we just always do. We'll struggle versus West Ham. We'll win, but struggle. Probably lose to Wolves and beat Tottenham.
So you think we're losing against Forest, struggle against West Ham, but you think we'll win that one?
Yeah.
And the Wolves game, we win that one as well?
Barely, I think.
Yeah, I don't care if it's 1-0 or 15-0, I don't care.
And then Spurs,
and the Spurs game, you think we'll win that one as well?
Yeah.
So 9 out of 12.
Yeah.
And what do you think? 9 out of 12 or 12 out of 12?
Yeah, I mean, I hope it's 12 out of 12. I pray it's 12 out of 12. But the reality of it is, I think we will struggle against Tottenham. Probably come up with a draw against West Ham, because they'll probably just sit back and defend most of the time. And then we'll probably win against the other two.
But before I give it to you, Aldo, I looked at before the game yesterday. The Norwegian Supporter Union had stats out, and that said, if we're going to get 4th place, the average points the last couple of seasons, we need 30 points from 13 games to get the average point for 4th place. Now, that means we have to win 10 out of 13 games, and we haven't kind of won 10 games so far at all. So it's not going to be easy, although. But do you think we'll be in a very good position when these games are over, like I talked about, or?
No, I'm sticking to my original thoughts now. I don't think we'll make top 5, and we don't deserve to. And if any Liverpool fan thinks we do deserve Champions League football next year, I don't know what Liverpool you've been watching this season. But going off the fixtures of what you've just rhymed off there, Nottingham Forest, I think we'll lose at the City Ground because we never play well there, and we don't know who's going to be coming in as an interim. We do know who's coming in. Victor Pereira, who was Wolves manager, he's agreed to take the position, so we're going to have a new manager bounce again.
No, I don't think so.
Victor Pereira. So I think we'll lose against Forest. I think we'll lose to West Ham United, and my reason for this being is Ben might not agree, and that's fine. I don't have an issue with anybody not agreeing with what I'm saying. But the reason I think we'll lose to West Ham is because West Ham have got something to fight for here. If Tottenham lose to Arsenal on the 22nd next Sunday, if Tottenham lose to Arsenal, that puts Tottenham 2 points in the relegation zone. Now West Ham, Nuno, I'll tell you what, they were unlucky against Man United. They should have had 3 points there. So, yeah, West Ham might sit back, like Anthony said. But this ain't going to be a cakewalk because Gerard Bowen's coming too. I think we'll lose to West Ham.
But the point, if West Ham have something to fight for, it's the reason why they have something to fight for, because they're not very good.
Yeah, but
I'm not saying it's going to be easy, but I think if we don't come out with at least 9 out of 12 or 10 out of 12, we will never do.
We're not getting 10 points. Excuse me. We're not getting 9-10 points out of 12. Whoever's thinking we are, I mean, that's delusional. I mean, do you honestly think? No, I mean, when you look at it, we've won 6 games out of 20. And now you think we're going to pick 10 points up out of the next 12? Seriously? We're not playing well enough. I mean, look at last Sunday. We had City on the ropes and we let them off. We got lucky last night. We got lucky last night in Sunderland, right? I think we did, right? Now, we'll lose to Forest. We'll lose to West Ham. Spurs will do a Spurs, so I'm not worried about them. Tottenham will do a Tottenham, what they always do. Who's the other one we've got?
Wolves.
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 I will beat Wolves because they've gone through the trapdoor anyhow. They've got nothing to play for. They're gone. So we'll beat Wolves. So I think we'll get probably 6 points out of 12.
And you call me the voice of treason there, Aldo?
I'm just giving you my honest opinion. I'm telling you what I see because, like before we went live, I've wrote Tottenham's next 7 games down and West Ham's and Forest's. And I tell you what, if you was a Tottenham fan now, I'd be fucking worried because I don't know if you. While we're talking about it, okay, I'm going to start with you, Anthony. Here, this is Tottenham next 7 games. So you tell me how many they're going to win. You've gone through Liverpool's fixture. Right, Alrid's gone through Liverpool's. This is Tottenham's next 7 fixtures. Arsenal at home, Fulham away, Palace at home, Liverpool away, Forest at home, Sunderland away, Brighton at home.
Fucking hell.
So, right, if you want me to recap them, I can do.
Yeah, that's a lot to take in.
Right, so Arsenal at home, Fulham away.
Them two, I think they're definitely gonna lose to Arsenal.
Right. Then
I
they've
think
got
they'll come up with a draw against Fulham.
Right, then they've got Crystal Palace at home and Liverpool away.
They'll lose both. No, they'll lose their Crystal Palace game draw against us.
Right, then they've got Nottingham Forest at home, which is massive, and then Sunderland away and Brighton at home.
They'll lose the Brighton one and win the first 2.
No, I generally don't see them winning a single game now.
So my question to you then is, to all 3 of you then, off those 7 games I've just rhymed off, where do you think that puts Tottenham in the league table?
Near the bottom.
They are already near at the bottom.
Like closer, although and basically bottom.
Yeah, I think just on these skirts. I reckon swap the Forest.
Right, and then West Ham's games. I'll start with you here. West Ham have got Bournemouth at home, Liverpool away, Fulham away, City at home, Villa away, Wolves at home, and Crystal Palace away.
The 2 almost last one, they're going to win. The rest is losing.
So that's what? So that's 1, 2.
So they win the Wolves and the other game.
So they're going to lose to Bournemouth, Liverpool, Fulham, City, and Villa.
Yeah.
Okay, that's interesting.
But my point is that we.
Okay, so who's the 3 to go down apart from Wolves? Who's going down between West Ham and Spurs then?
I still think it'll be Burnley and Forest, to be honest.
Yeah, I was going to say, I actually think West Ham will go up above Spurs and Forest, and obviously them 2 will drop down. So that Spurs is on the skates and Nottingham Forest is in the relegation zone.
So out of the Forest and Spurs, then Ben and Ant, who do you think will go? Who do you think will get relegated out of those 2, Spurs or Forest?
Forest.
So do you think Spurs are too good to go down?
Yes.
No, not too good to go down. I think they'll be on the skirts of it. They'll just escape it by a point or 2.
Then again,
there's a big difference between being too good to go down or the other teams are too shit to stay up.
Yeah, that's what I mean. Like they'll just escape it because I mean, look at the gap between them and Forest. Like Spurs and Forest, there's 2 points between them. So I reckon that'll stay like that, and it will be, like I said, a case of a point or 2 where they escape.
I think the final relegation spot is between Forest and West Ham, and right now I can't see West Ham gaining those 3 points.
Who's West Ham's next 6
right,
games
West Ham,
or whatever?
I'll tell you. Right, so West Ham,
because obviously for them 3 points they only need.
They've got Bournemouth at home, Liverpool away. That's the next 2 games.
Mm-hmm.
2 losses.
Right, they've got Fulham away, then City at home.
Yeah, they should win the Fulham one.
Yeah, probably, or a draw.
Right, they've got.
That's where they'll get those 3 points from.
Right? They've got Villa away, Wolves at home, and Palace away.
They'll beat Wolves and lose.
Yeah, they'll beat Wolves.
Then again, Wolves beat them 3-0 the other day.
So you're saying West Ham will lose to Palace when they've just lost to Burnley? They were 2-0 up and lost 3-2 at home.
I tell you what, though, Palace could be an underrated show for this relegation battle at this rate.
But I said that.
I think they're a bit too far.
I mean, well, this season's bonkers anyway, isn't it? If you look at it, I mean, I just think with what's happened at Tottenham, I've just got a funny feeling that they could go down. I really do. I'm worried. If I was a Spurs fan now, I'd be worried.
Well, I think they're worried, but as I said, it's like Everton here last year or something. It's the other teams are so shit and a few points behind, and I don't see them gaining those points. And if you look at the top table here, it's the same problem that we had before the games midweek. Yeah. One thing is that we have to start sorting things out for ourselves, but we have points to catch. Now, before the midweek games, it was, we had, 4 or 5 points up to United. Now it's just 3. One thing is winning your own games. That's one thing, but you have to have help. And that's where my issue is when it comes to United, Chelsea and Villa. I mean, Villa is 8 points in front. Where are we going to take those 8 points?
Well, I'm glad you said that, because I've got Aston Villa as my dark horse to win the league because nobody's mentioning them. Nobody's giving him a shout.
What?
Sorry? I'm telling you.
You just said Villa are going to win the league.
Aston Villa Aston Villa, hear me out. Aston Villa are my dark horse to win the league.
Oh, I would have kind of agreed with you there if Boubacar Kamara and most of their midfield wasn't injured for the rest of the season.
Let's put it this way: they've got more chance than what Liverpool have got.
Yeah, but everybody has that. But my point is, I mean, if their midfield wasn't injured, like Ben says, let's say they were, everything was a-okay. It's 6 points off the only team that's been close to being consistent this season. Where do you think they're going to get those 6 points?
Who, Villa?
Yeah, where are they going to catch up on those 6 points to Arsenal?
Well, I'd have to look at Villa's fixtures. But it's like I said before after the City game. If City beat us and then they go and beat Brentford, don't be surprised if City go on a roll. And look what happened last night. City won 3-0. And they've got to play Arsenal.
And should have Foden sent off.
And it doesn't matter. They won 3-0, right? That's 6 points out of 6 points out of 6. Right? And they've got to play Arsenal at home yet.
I tell you what, Brentford have done well to play last night and tonight.
What did you say, Ben?
Craig said that City played Brentford this week, so I was like, they've done well to play. Brentford have done well to play last night and tonight against the top two.
All right. Yeah. No, my point is, I said if City take 6 points out of 6, don't write them off for winning the league. But everybody still thinks Arsenal will win it.
I'm just saying that Arsenal is so far the only team that's been close to being consistent.
I agree. Right, so here's my question to all three of you then. What's stopping Arsenal winning the league?
Arsenal?
Themselves.
Gyökeres.
Fucking themselves.
The only thing
but that's the point. They are 3 points ahead of City, and they're 6 points ahead of Villa.
But
it is all in their hands.
3 points is nothing. We were 10 points clear of City, and they still won the league.
I agree with you on that one, but the point is, you would rather be 3 points ahead than 3 points behind. Now, as long as you have a point advantage, it is in your hands. You don't have to have help from anybody like we do. Now, we can win the rest of the games. It doesn't help shit if everybody wins the rest of the games as well.
The reason I believe, and I've said it all season, and I'm not changing my mind, the reason I believe Arsenal won't win the league is simply this: Mikel Arteta. he's the person who's stopping and winning it because he's not good enough.
But if people say Slot isn't good enough, we won the league with him last year.
Slot's not Arteta. Arteta's been at Arsenal 6 years. Arteta's been at Arsenal 6 years. He won the FA Cup with Arsene Wenger's side. He spent £1 billion and won nothing. And now you're telling me they won the league.
Wasn't that a COVID FA Cup as well?
Yeah, but we won the league when it was COVID, so it doesn't make no difference, does it?
Can I point out?
No.
Can I point out Chelsea's next 6 fixtures here?
Go on.
Burnley at home, Arsenal away, Villa away, Newcastle home, Everton away, City home.
So that's where we get the points if we do our job when it comes to either Chelsea or Villa.
And then after City, they've got United, and then they come to Anfield on the 9th of May.
But that's kind of the point I was trying to make without remembering those things. Is that the next features that we have are easier than the teams around us. So we have to capitalize. If we don't do it now, it's going to be too late.
Okay, so why?
I do think if we come out of this period of the next 4 or 5 games and we're still behind Chelsea, then that's kind of the top 5 in place for the rest of the season now, unless something changes. Catastrophic.
Yeah, because this is the only window we have to go past them.
Oh no, to go on a mini run, get some points together.
Yeah.
Okay, so why do you think then that? I'm looking at the league table. So why do you think then that 4th place Man United, the last 5 games, they've won 4, drawn 1. So why do you think all of a sudden they've hit a rich vein of form, they've turned the corner, they've won 4 out of 5? Why do you think that is?
Because they've got a manager who's giving them confidence instead of putting them down every 3 seconds.
And their fixture list was spot on for them because they made a change and they played all the teams where there was no pressure. That's why they drew against West Ham, because they suddenly had to start playing football again. And they're not good enough to do that. And that's why they got a draw. But nobody expected them to beat City. Nobody expected them to beat Arsenal. Yeah, because they had no pressure.
Yeah, but you know why they beat City and Arsenal? Because you've got a guy who's walked into Old Trafford who played for United. And what all he's done is, and this me and you've spoke about this, Alred, this is not rocket science. I could have gone into Old Trafford and done this. He's looked at the squad. He's gone, right, who's my best back 4? Who's my best midfield 4? And who's my best 2 strikers? And he's put 11 players in the positions they should be playing in. And look what's happened. They've got the results. Yeah. It's not rocket science.
Can I say the same thing? No, you say that obviously he's an ex-United player and he's gone into a United job. You could say the same thing about Gerrard if he came in, and that's
exactly.
He's an ex-Liverpool player. He could come into a place where he knows, like character's done, and he can change everything.
Ruben Amorim was playing with square pegs in round holes. Michael Carrick's put round pegs in round holes. And look at the
but
difference.
why? I mean, if Gerrard came in for us now as an interim, why couldn't he then just use, square pegs for square holes and round pegs for round holes? I mean, as you said, it's not rocket science. It is a different voice in the dressing room, and there is a man who knows what the club is about. That's what you need.
Someone who's got experience with the academy of Liverpool as well.
Put it this way: I trust Steven Gerrard before I trust Xabi Alonso. I don't trust Alonso
because
he doesn't understand the DNA of Liverpool Football Club.
I disagree with you, and I've said that.
I know you disagree with me on that, but this is he doesn't understand the DNA. He forced his way out to Liverpool because he had a fallout with Benitez, because Rafa Benitez wanted to sell him to bring in Gareth Bale. Alonso didn't like it, and he jumped ship after 2005. Alonso, we don't play 3 at the back, which is what Alonso will do. We don't do it, and I think if we bring Xabi Alonso in, Anthony and Ben don't know this, but I told Alred this afternoon, the book is Xabi Alonso's 4-5 on. Your next favourite is 7-2, Luis Enrique, and then you've got 7-1 Jurgen Klopp and 16-1 Brendan Rodgers.
Then that's all backed over social media talk, though. That's not backed over
No, I don't know. That's on Sky Bet.
Yeah, I know, but that's what I mean. They go off with the whole manager stuff. They go off of what has been passed around through social media, like so the fact that obviously with the whole Jurgen Klopp thing, that's only come about on social media, and his team have rejected all that stuff and said he's not coming back.
Jurgen's not coming back into football. Not a chance.
But I saw some stat here. That yesterday or before the game, I think, on Norwegian TV, and that was the last 20 games. The last 20, not the first we won on overtime. The last 20 games, Slot had a worse record than Roy Hodgson.
Yeah, absolutely.
I mean, Roy had won 7 games that period, and we won 6 or something. So
yeah,
and that what baffles me, that
it's concerning.
Yeah, why are we not kicking this douche out?
Well, yeah, and the thing is, and the reason this is happening is like I said earlier on stream, because the squad are not happy with Ernie Slot. They're walking around the Titanic. They're all talking to each other. They're all complaining. They're not happy with how they're being trained anymore. They're not happy with the whole setup, right? But when they go on the pitch, they've got a job to do. They're representing the club. So, but for me, I think they're down tools a long time ago.
But to go back to the kind of topic where I think, like Ben said a message that his computer crashed, so that's why he kind of kicked out of here. But I think one of the issues, we have one shot now to get into top 5, and that is because of the fixture list is easier for us the next 5-6 games compared to our table rivals. Yeah. That's the only chance we have. If we are not in front of 1 or 2 teams when this feature list is done, it's over. I'm not saying we're going to make it, but I think this is the only chance we have.
But can you honestly look at it, and I include Ant in this as well, but can you both honestly look at it without letting you rule your head and say Liverpool will get top 4, top 5?
I've said that train has gone a long time, but I think this is the moment where it's decided. That's all I'm saying. I'm not saying we're going to make it, but I don't know. And I'm sorry, Ant, what do you think? Do you think we'll make it?
I agree with you. I don't, but mine's in the sense of I can't give an answer. It's not because I don't want to give an answer. It's just because it's like what you've said. This is the time where we fight for it. This is the time where we try to get the top 4, top 5. Yeah. So it's not. I can't sit here and say, "Oh no, we don't," because again, this is the time where we need to start showing fight. And if we do start showing fight, then I'll turn around and say, "Yeah, we will get it." But at the moment, I'm not seeing no fight, and I'm not seeing a fight, so I can't give an answer on that.
Because you can't predict what Liverpool team's going to turn up. I can't, and nobody can.
Well, there's that as well, but it doesn't matter what Liverpool team turns up. We've got to show up no matter what.
But you have to agree, although, that if you look at the next 5-6 games, our features are easier than Chelsea's and United's.
Yeah, they are.
When you look at the paper, it's easier.
Yeah, that's my biggest concern, because when you look at it like that, you think, yeah, this is a known banker. But what normally happens when it's easy for us, we always make it harder for ourselves than we should do. But we've always done that.
I agree. Yeah. I mean, I'm not disagreeing on that one. But my point is, we have a shot. We were lucky in the midweek features. We have one chance now to save the season, and it's up to us to take it. I'm not saying we're going to take it, but we have this window.
I agree. I mean, if I was talking to the squad now, I would just say to them, listen, forget the FA Cup. Your priority now is top 4 and the Champions League. That's what I would say to the boys, because I bet you see a different performance again when the Champions League kicks in again. Because I agree with Danny Murphy. any of the top 6 can win that. You don't have to be playing well to win it. Look at PSG last year.
Yeah, they didn't, but they didn't start playing well until the quarter and
No,
semi-finals.
no, exactly. You know, and when I watched Ernie's press conference this morning, I was waiting for him to talk about the low block again. I thought, please don't.
I
You
didn't
know,
watch it. I've stopped
oh,
watching his press conferences.
you know.
Yeah,
But
same.
Yeah.
the thing is, I think Virgils took over in the dressing room rather than Ernie Slot now. I think Virgil's doing the team talks. I think that's just my gut instinct.
Well, I don't care. I mean, whoever has the team talks, it's not working. Either it's Slot or Virgil or whatever. But I think it's time for us to wrap things up here now. The only thing is, we have a FA Cup game
Mm.
this weekend. We'll probably
Mhm.
have a post game on that, or maybe a stream before that. I don't know.
It's a toughie.
Hmm?
It's a tough game.
Of course, that is. It's a really tough game. The only thing is that we have a home game. So, what are your thoughts? And do you think we'll win it? Do you think we'll, you know, build on what we have, or do you think it's, I mean, Slot didn't, rotate a lot of players for the last cup game, so I don't think he's going to do that here as well.
No, I mean the players that he used in the last game. I mean it worked. So I do think we'll, as in like the game just gone, not the last FA Cup game. It worked. So I think he'll play something similar. Obviously, but maybe with a one or two to keep legs fit, especially with certain circumstances of injuries.
Mm.
I think we win personally because I mean I don't think Brighton give a shit about it, to be honest. They're another team who you think don't really care about it because they've got their own worries in the league and stuff. So I think we might just win, obviously, because of
If we
like
lose,
Craig said. Mm,
if we lose, do you give a shit?
If we lose, yeah, to be honest, I do because I enjoy
Okay.
watching all sorts of football. I'm not going to sit here and say, oh, I don't care if we don't get the FA Cup because I'll be happy if we do. I'll be jumping for joy if we do, but I will give a shit if we lose because it doesn't help our situation.
Well, that's a good point. Last words to you, Aldo.
And well, the thing is, Brighton are struggling at the moment, aren't they? They've hit a bit of a sticky patch.
Yeah.
Which is, considering how they've been playing in the league, now they're like treading mud. So I think I agree with Anthony. I think we could. It'll be tight. It won't be easy, but I think we could just possibly pinch this. And maybe the second string what we have. I think it's we unleash them and it's their chance to show Ernie Slot what they're capable of doing. And I think if they pick up the baton and say, right, okay, we've a chance here for getting to the first 11, I think they'll take it. So it wouldn't surprise me. I'd be disappointed if we went out the FA Cup, but it's not the end of the world. The priority for me is Liverpool have got to qualify for the Champions League because if we don't, we lose 200 million next year. And that's massive. And that's going to affect the summer transfer budget. So my
Especially
concern
being
is,
a new manager as well.
yeah, we've got to qualify for the Champions League. But it wouldn't surprise me if Liverpool went and won the bloody thing now, the Champions League. It's just typical of Liverpool.
Yeah, I was going to say
Yeah.
the last stream when we spoke about it, I was going to mention that is a Liverpool thing to do, to fuck everything else up but then go and win the Champions League.
Yeah,
Like
exactly.
I said, it is a strange season, so I
Yeah,
wouldn't put it past anyone.
yeah. I mean, at the moment, we're like a one-legged man in an ass kicking contest, aren't we?
All we have to do is wait and see, guys. I want to thank you both for being here. I want to thank Ben for being here, even though his computer kind of crashed on him. Nice to see you and talk to you, and Aldo. Is my guest appearance as host again coming to an end for today. I enjoy being here. Thank you for everybody for watching. I
Thank
hope
you.
to see you soon again on All Red TV, and take care.